Well, I guess I'm live here, huh? On this crazy Thanksgiving evening. Well, I know one thing, if I was eating as I normally did, my belly would be aching, buckled, and I figured this was the best time to hook up with you guys, okay? Thanksgiving has to be my favorite holiday for obvious reasons, because it's a time to give thanks for people that have affected your life in a positive way. So, you guys are that to me. I'm very happy. This year has been a great year for me as far as having you guys to talk to on a relatively weekly basis. I love you guys. I'm sure you know that. And I thought I might get Eddie to come on tonight, but I guess he's been in a Thanksgiving mood lately, so he's not here. So, in any event, I got to see my grandchildren today, Colin and Mario, two Spider-Men, and and I'm with my son. And what makes me happier than those three guys? If there's something else, I don't know what it is. Uh, it's it's a funny thing. Christmas seems to be the big holiday that everybody gets all excited about. I never really got excited, except when I was a young boy, for Christmas. Thanksgiving is more of a family friendly kind of thing. And my heart goes out to everybody on the holidays because I know sometimes they can be quite difficult. You may have bright moments and memorable times, and sometimes you have some of your darkest memories during the holidays. However, we all go through it together. And that's the reason for Donny T and friends. You know, my friends mean everything to me. This show would not be without you guys. You gave me relevance. You allow me to come into your homes. And what could, what more can you ask for, than something like that? And you guys have all gotten to know one another. Now already you started commenting. So now I have to look and see who said what, if I could see these things, because I forgot my glasses. And unless my assistant here is my son Sean, and my glasses are in my jacket, my leather jacket. And if Sean is sweet enough to go get them, which he's doing right now, he's the best. I hope they're in there. They should be. There's my buddy. Thank you. I'm back. Okay, let's see. We have Frankie and Bergamo. Happy Thanksgiving. Same to you, Frankie. Happy Thanksgiving, Donnie, and your family. Peter Martino, my man. Tracy Gamwell. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well. Tracy again. Frank, happy Thanksgiving. Big G, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Tracy, let me see, who does she know here? Big happy Thanksgiving to you, Peter. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Big G, happy Thanksgiving. Back to Tracy. Well, this kind of like is saying exactly what I just said. All you guys are getting to know one another. And I like to believe that I'm instrumental in introducing you to one another. You know, I'm going to have some T-shirts pretty soon, Donny T and Friends. And when I do, I'd like to hand deliver them to you people. As long as you don't live in East Jesus or something. Uh, but anyway, this has been a lot of fun to me. And I always ask you guys to give me some ideas for shows you'd like to see, and I'll definitely get it done. And not only that, some of you that feel as though you may be interesting enough to come on my show. I would love to have you. I want some good guests. I don't want just celebrity type guests. I want people that live an everyday life that have a story to tell. That's what I really want. Uh, well, December 4th, we have my friend coming on. Uh, oh my God, in heaven, don't get to be my age because your memory will suck as bad as mine does right now. Jody Sloan will be coming on. And I have a friend of mine from my hometown. He does a segment of The Godfather, and I won't tell you what it is because it'll be a surprise when you hear him do it. He's fantastic at it. And I have my very, very sweet, beautiful friend that Sharon is going to be coming on. She's a makeup artist, Sharon Lynn to be exact. And she's a makeup artist, and she's been on every movie site that I ever go to. She's there, and she's phenomenal and a sweet person. And she's going to be coming on. Maybe she'll give some pointers to people that might want to get into that industry, which is, I'm sure, very difficult, like acting is to me. I'm lucky if I ever get a role, which is fine. But the people I've met have been fantastic. They've given me life. And I'm hoping all of them are having a wonderful Thanksgiving day. I definitely wanted to come on this evening, and if you guys look around, you notice this is not my studio. I'm at a friend of mine's house. Uh, this place is a palace I couldn't even explain to you, and I'm probably not allowed to say where it is. So, in any event, I'm having a very, very nice time with my son, my nephew, and my nephew's best buddy. So this is a special night for me. And what is Thanksgiving without friends or family? In some cases, my friends uh, seem to be closer to me than my family. In some cases, not in all cases. Sometimes, the family comes and shines, and sometimes my friends are my family. So that's why this is important to me, for you guys to know how I feel. Every day that I come on this podcast, you know, uh, it's not easy sometimes. You know what I want you guys to try? Go in the bathroom, shut the door, and talk for about a half hour to an hour and say, wow, Donny, how the hell do you do it? I don't have a script or anything like that. I don't know how I do it. I don't know if I'm interested or interesting doing it. Um, this is a fun thing for me. My son is here, as I told you, and my son has a radio show in Las Vegas. For a while, he had a TV show as well. Here's a kid that I've watched. People say, "Oh, what a lucky guy! What a lucky guy!" The luckiest people I know have all worked the hardest. And when I tell you what this kid has done as far as preparing himself for his future, just boggles my mind what he's done to achieve what he's achieved. He's been living in Vegas for like 15 years or so, and he's well known there. I'll say one good thing about him, that where he definitely has it over me. If I had interviewed as many people as him, I could tell you he interviewed uh, Mike Tyson twice, um, Jim Brewer, um, Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay, and there's too many to name. And he won't even tell me who they are most of the time because he does not boast at all. Me, I'd be telling everybody in the world who I met, who was on my show and everything. But everything that he's done, he's earned. There was no luck involved. And I was talking to someone the other day, telling them that I did stand-up comedy for like a year. And you don't get paid for a while in stand-up comedy. Unless now that would be lucky if somebody paid you right out of the box, but that doesn't happen. It's the same thing as my son. When he started doing it, he would drive all the way down to uh, Fall River, I believe it was, doing radio. And he did it and did it and did it and didn't make 10 cents doing it. He had to go for his own gas and everything else. And this guy could not understand as I explained it to him. He said to me, he says, "Yeah, Donnie, but I think everybody should be paid for the time and effort they put into it." Yeah, in a job, in a real job. But this is a different thing. This is a passion. This is not a job unless it becomes a job. But it doesn't just become a job because you decide to do it. You have to make your bones. And I'm proud of my son for what he did, and what he's achieved. Great kid. Great kid. We get along. Well, most of the time we do. We have occasional arguments. I think fathers and sons do that. But one thing we don't come up short on is love. We love each other. You know, I'm going to tell you a quick story about my son. We had this saying when he was young. We do a fist bump and say, "Solid as a rock." That's what we were then. That's what we are now, regardless of our differences from time to time. And I was his baseball coach years ago because I believe I told you one time that I didn't make the little league and it made me cry all the way home. I cried. And I said, that'll never happen to my son. I didn't have anybody that knew anybody, and it was all connections back in the day. But I said, I will definitely, if my son ever wants to play, I will become the coach. And I did. And no kid wants to fail. Remember that. You have to encourage them all the time. Even if you appear to be disappointed in what they're doing progress wise, it's not that, it's not that, it's not their failures, it's their failure to try. And there was a thing that I used to say to him, and he got pissed at me, and I know he did, but it got results. I used to watch him up at bat, and he wouldn't swing the bat. And many times he got called out on strikes. He'd look up at me because he knew where I was standing. And he'd give me one of those looks like, it wasn't a strike. It wasn't a strike. We'd get in the van, get ready to go home. He says, that wasn't a, Sean, that was a strike. And then I try being nice about it. Oh, you'll be okay, son. Take your time. You'll get it. And finally, one day I said to him, Sean, swing the fucking bat. Excuse my language. But after that, maybe by saying that to him, he didn't want to disappoint me. And if that's what it was that got him to hit like he was Mickey Mantle, all of a sudden he's hitting everything pitched to him. He was getting the big hits. He hit a fence one time. I thought he was going to get tagged out because he was celebrating on the way down to first base. But then a couple of times later, he got up. I had a friend of mine, and his son was a pitcher. His son was one of the best players on all of the Little League. And he threw him a mad fastball. And my son swung the effing bat. And bang, when I tell you that ball was still going. And I was jumping up and down like unbelievable. And so was he. He danced around the bases. And my eyes grew wider and wider with a smile on my face. And I looked at my friend that wanted his kid to strike Sean out. But Sean got the home run, and that's it. So now it's a thing where he quotes me about swinging the bat. And I told him one time, either a birthday card or a Christmas card. Sean, now you know what I meant when I said swing the fucking bat. It's a metaphor for life. You got to take shots. You got to swing the bat. Sometimes when you don't think you could get a hit and you swing the bat and you surprise even yourself. And same thing I'm telling you guys. I'm sure there's people out there that they hold back. They're afraid to try different things. Look at me at my age. I'm still trying. I'm still trying. I'm not quitting on life. I'm here because I love life. I love my friends. And I want to see everybody swing the fucking bat because, you know, things can happen. You never can tell. But right now, I'm going to look at some of my comments, see what I got here. Oh, big. Oh, no thanks needed, my friend. We all family here. See that? What you just said is exactly what I'm trying to put together, a family. And it's happening. And I love it, you know? I just love it. I really do. How all these people, look at this, my goodness. Big G. Big G, you never disappoint. Oh, Big G, Tracy. I always wanted to go to the UK and visit my cousin. Christmas time. I know you guys do it big. Oh, that's right, Tracy. You're from the UK too, as well as my friend, Mr. Cuss. Let's see here. If you ever want to go to the UK and I want to go to Germany, maybe we take a trip together, part ways, and join up later. Katie Pereira. Let's see, what do you got here? Happy Thanksgiving. I love you, Donny T. Love you too, baby. Let's see. Family isn't always blood. No, totally agree. Family is not always blood. But we create our families, I believe. And this is the best season of all because you're reminded of the friends that you've made along the way, the friends that you've chosen. You've chosen your extended family. I've chosen mine. I have some wonderful people in my life, and I don't hang around with all of them, but they acknowledge me. If I go on Facebook or whatever, I try to say positive things. Uh, Negativity is not a good way to look at life. There's a lot of negative things that happen, but if you look at it in a positive way, you'll do okay for yourself. You can't get by on negativity completely. You may be negative in your heart because things are going wrong in your life. I know I have things going on wrong in my life. My thing is not to dwell on my negatives, my pain through my life. I don't dwell on things. I have my moments when I'm all alone with my thoughts. And I'm sure all you guys are the same as me. When we're alone with our thoughts, the sadness might sneak in, but I try to share laughter and love and things of that nature, things that we can all relate to. Everybody, like when I was a kid and playing ball or whatever I did, I always wanted that attaboy. And it begins in the home sometimes. There might be a father or a mother that doesn't realize what a pat on the back means. And it's encouragement. It makes you stronger and it makes you want to achieve things because they don't want to see you go through life in sorrow and pain, but they don't know what to do to create a situation to where you're not feeling those things. I know I'm not a perfect man, but I lately, the past couple of years, I would say, have been trying to show a perfect effort at it. Being a father, let me tell you something. It's a learning process. You know, you don't fall out of bed being a father. No, you go in bed to become a father. You know, being a father is one thing, being a dad is something else. Another thing I say about my son, he is a fabulous dad to his kids. My two grandsons adore their father and their mother. They got lucky. They got two great parents, So what can I say? Life has its twists and turns and highs and lows and all the rest of that stuff. So let's see. Let's see. Do we have anybody that's adding anything to my conversation? Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, that was from Katie. Katie, I agree. I need to learn that, Katie says. Humble, right? Katie says, you're just becoming part of mine. You are on, you are one amazing man. Honest. I hope that's meant for me because I'll take whatever compliments I can take, I can get. Donnie, wow, tears in my eyes. I struggled with my mental health. Now I can leave the house a little shaky, but not as bad. Well, Trey, you may be acknowledging some things that I've been saying along the way as far as my mental health, my depression, my anxiety. It's tough dealing with life sometimes because life will slap you around pretty good. But I've come a long way. You know, the guy that you see tonight on screen, you might say, wow, this guy doesn't have a care in the world. He's got such a positive attitude. I had a guy say to me just about a week ago, he says, wow, Donnie, you love everybody. Is there anybody you don't love? I said, listen, I don't love everybody, but who I don't love, I keep to myself. That's the way it should be. Embrace those that need embracing. You know, if it's somebody that has that hatefulness about them, I do. You know what? I coined this phrase. I have become a figurative assassin. That's right, a figurative assassin. Figure that out. If I don't like somebody, I assassinate them in my mind. Okay. So if anybody's watching this show and say, wow, I didn't know Donnie was an assassin, I certainly am. Like a lot of you people should be, if you're not already, because it gives you something, it makes you look at life differently. You don't have to deal with certain people. You can assassinate them. And it makes you feel better about life, about yourself, because you don't have to look at that person anymore. To me, as I've grown older, I've become more and more philosophical. I I, I try to create an explanation where there is none, or where there are none, whatever, however it goes. But yeah, and I tell people, and I use this expression a lot, you can mess up in your life and you can try to make amends. And God knows I have fucked up a lot of things in my life. And I've felt the guilt about it. And I've tried to amend some of the things I've done. But one thing that happens, and it happens when you don't even believe it can happen. One day you look in the mirror and you like that person that's looking back at you. That means you've come full circle and you are a good person. That person in the mirror is telling you you're a good person. Give up the ghost. Stop blaming yourself for everything that's ever happened bad in your life and the people that you've hurt in your life. Listen, we all get hurt in our lives. Where there's life, there's hurt. It's not all wonderful butterflies and rainbows. It's not the way it is. We know that. One compliment that I got in my life from my father. Now, my father and I Well, he was from a different generation. The Great Depression, if you've heard of that, all that stuff. We didn't get along well at all. But, you know, I got tired of blaming him. You have to blame for your own problems, your highs, your lows, your failures. You can't blame someone else, but I did. I blamed him for many years. Loved my father. Didn't like him, but I loved him. It's yeah, I'm sure there are people out there that feel what I feel right now. I think there's a song. If you should lose me, oh yeah, you lose a good thing. That's how I feel about me as a friend. If I'm your friend, you got a great friend, you know, and uh, and that's how I look at my friends. I don't want to lose any of them. I can't afford to lose not even one friend, you know, and I don't want even one enemy. So that's how I look at my life. Let's see. I think this thing's been flashing a little here. Let's see what we got here. Big, you're so right too. That's Big G. Yeah, Donnie. Just going to keep learning day by day, and hopefully you don't make the same mistakes, but you never know. Kate, in my prayers, you've been learning day by day, and hopefully you don't make the same mistakes. Oh, just a second. This thing is flying by. Life has slapped me and knocked me down so hard, struggled to get up, but I did it. And Donnie, know you are loved and appreciated so much. My heart feels that, and I thank you so much for it. Katie, in my prayers, you're welcome to my. That went by fast. You're welcome to Katie, in my prayers. You're welcome to my home, whether it's Thanksgiving or a getaway break. Yeah, Donnie, just going to keep learning. Tracy, come back Black Friday shopping with me. I'm on Facebook too. Be lovely to chat more. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing friendships emerge from this little thing that we have here. I was going to name this. Uh, what was I going to name it? Let me see. La Cosa Nostra. Now, in the mafia world, it means this thing of ours. And I thought I toyed around with it. I knew I would never name it that, but La Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours. It's a different thing, but it's our thing. I tell everybody this is our hangout. When we come here, it's getting away from things. It's me and the projects back in the day. And it's all you guys that come to the projects to hang out with us guys. The projects, everybody wanted to hang around there, whether they were from there or not. And they felt, we used to feel like, wow, we're from the projects. Oh my God, who's going to like us? Come to find out, a lot of people liked projects people because they weren't all hoity-toity, if you know that expression. That's right. We weren't. We didn't have our noses in the air. We had great times. We all played ball from when we come out in the day and, you know, throughout the day, we'd play different ball games and stuff like that. And of course, as we got older, we wanted money. So we'd try to do a little score here and a little score there. And I'm not bragging about that. Donnie, oh, wait a second. Donnie, there's another song that helps in life. You don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Sunshine, I agree with that, baby. Okay, definitely, Donnie, just the old days. I have a million songs that can describe some of my feelings, let me tell you. I would sing all night if that was the case. My dad was a project boy from Fall River. My mom was a snob from Somerset, and it screwed me up. Gotcha, Katie. And that's the truth. I was a project kid, and I say that with a bit of pride because if you survive the projects, you end up being a pretty good person. Definitely a survivor, and that was my compliment from my father. I don't have to worry about Donnie. He's a survivor, and I've always been. you know, always been a survivor. You get there's different walks of life that you enter into, and you have to survive those moments, See, hmm, I've been doing this for a half hour. I had no idea what I was going to say, but for some reason, I guess I'm really deep down a blabbermouth, So I hope there's not too much blather. And yeah, you guys seem to be, oh, you're hanging in there tonight. I'm really loving this more than you can. No, let's see. Donnie, there's another song. Oh, okay, get that one. Definitely Donnie. Just like the old days. I remember all the old guys, Anthony, and all the Medford guys in Somerville and Everett. Yeah, me too. I remember that. Donnie, Big Kate. My name is on there as Tracy, Bruce. I have a college picture of my late best friend. I have a picture of my best friend. As I go up to my bedroom at night, the picture is on the wall just before I start walking up my steps. My friend Vinny Strasher. He passed away, it's been over a year now, from COVID. And man, oh man, he was, I could tell you, no exaggeration, 10, 20 times a day, I think of calling him, just to tell a story of what my day is like and hearing him laugh, you know. We laughed together, we cried together. He was my buddy, and we fought. Oh, we fought each other like we're brothers, you know. But that was my man, and my son loved him. He was a well-liked guy. Had the voice of an angel. He could sing. I'm telling you. He used to say to me, because I always liked to sing, never well, but I always sang, and he used to say, Donnie, you could have been a contender. I said, Vinny, if I only met you earlier in my life, I would have been a contender. I would have jumped in with you. Yeah. Our friends, our friends, those are our family. You find some real good people in life, you know. They don't have to be brothers or sisters to love them as if they are. And that's how I feel about things. Depression, anxiety, all those things that if you survive it, God bless you. Not everybody does. A lot of people need good friends. They need good friends. And every once in a while, I'll tell this poem that I wrote years ago. And I don't want to be redundant. I want to say it again, but only for people that are just tuning in. This is something I went through my anxiety. And I thought my life was over. I thought, that's it. I felt like I was dying. And I wrote this here. When confusion is the only thing of which your mind can digest, neurotic pains throughout your being, you try hard to protest. When life seems bleak and you can't speak, and it seems to be the end, when pills don't help to cure your doubts, there's nothing like a friend. And it could be a friend. In my case, it was my mother, and she pulled me through it. I thought I was dying. I was hyperventilating all the time, and she got me through it. And I express that to people sometimes in this poem because I want people to know they are not alone. You're not alone in your depression, in your anxiety. You are not alone. There are plenty of us out here that have experienced it. Some people won't admit to it because there's a stigma. They think, oh, if you have those problems, you're crazy. You have mental illness. It's not mental illness. What it is you possess a sensitivity that will bring that out of people. The most caring friendly, sensitive people, those are the ones that end up with that malady, if you want to call it that. But I'm happy for who I am. It took a while, but I didn't think I was going to survive it. And I hope if any of you guys ever feel like that, this is your home right here. When we're on this thing here, I want you to be able to reach out to me. I want most of you to have my phone number if I can ever help you with words of kindness or whatever. I believe I have the experience from what I've been through, you know. And I also want to tell you guys, I have a few shows coming up, but I'm leaving to go to Las Vegas to be with my son, my grandchildren, and yes, even my daughter-in-law. And I'm going to be out there for some time. And the fact that I'm doing this podcast this evening encourages me to let you guys know that my podcast is not going to stop. I'll be out there for months, but my son is going to teach me how to do the podcast from there as he's doing this evening. So rest assured, I don't want to be without you guys, and hopefully you don't want to be without me. So with all those things being said, I want you to know I love you, and I look forward to speaking to you all the time. Don't forget now, I believe my next show, or might have one before that, I will definitely let you know about it. But as for now, it's December 4th with Jody Sloan. That should be a good show. Okay. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to take one last gander and see who's calling in. Growing up in the neighborhoods have us as our village. Let me see. Growing up in neighborhoods have us our village. There was extended family and even a village idiot from time to time. Oh, ain't that the truth? Now, so many newcomers, and most don't know their neighbors. That's the truth, too. Big, my arms are reaching out to hug you. Tight right now. Hugs. Katie, I'm a soldier. I got knocked down so much, but I got back up, and I'm a fighter. I love helping people. You have to tell the truth about your life. Katie, happy for you, it says, okay? I love you too, Donny. I love you too, Tracy. Italian Stallion, happy Thanksgiving, Donny T. To you, my buddy. I love you. You know that, brother. Tracy, Italian Stallion, hey, hun, happy Thanksgiving. I was watching in the chat. Have a great night. Hi, Trey. Okay, guys. That's it. And I hope to see you soon. And happy Thanksgiving. I thought this was like a big embrace. I hope you all took it that way because it was meant as a sign of love. Okay? Checking out. God bless. Take care.